Hi everybody, this is going to be level 3 monsters.
Monsters at level 3. 1. The Bloodthirsty Marauder, a hulking beast with razor-sharp claws and a thirst for blood. The marauder roamed the forest with a ferocious hunger for flesh. Its eyes glowed with an unholy light as it searched for its next victim, ready to pounce at a moment's notice. 2. The Shadow Stalker, a creature of darkness and stealth. The Shadow Stalker moved silently through the trees, its form barely visible against the shadows. It lured its prey in with whispers of promises and lies before striking with deadly precision, leaving nothing but death and despair in its wake. 3. The Cackling Hag, a twisted crone with a face like a weathered apple. The Cackling Hag cackled with glee as she cast her dark spells upon the unwary. With a wave of her gnarled hand, she summoned creatures of nightmare to do her bidding, reveling in the chaos and destruction she wrought. 4. The Lurking Behemoth, a massive, lumbering giant with skin like stone and eyes as black as coal. The behemoth stood watch over the forest like a silent sentinel. Its mere presence struck fear into the hearts of all who dared to approach, for none could withstand its brutal strength and relentless fury. 5. The Ghoul King, a decaying monstrosity with flesh hanging in tatters from its bones. The Ghoul King ruled over a horde of undead minions with an iron fist. Its baleful gaze promised only death and despair, as it sought to add more souls to its legion of the damned. 6. The Vengeful Banshee, a spectral wraith with a haunting wail that chilled the blood. The Banshee floated through the forest with an aura of sorrow and vengeance. It sought retribution for past wrongs, its ethereal form wreaking havoc upon the living with its otherworldly powers. Killer Animals. 1. The Savage Wolf Pack, a pack of ravenous wolves that hunted in a coordinated frenzy, their snarls and howls echoing through the night as they closed in on their prey with deadly precision. 2. The Venomous Serpent, a deadly snake with fangs dripping with potent venom. The serpent struck swiftly and silently, its lethal bite delivering a swift and painful death to those unlucky enough to cross its path. 3. The Razorback Boar, a massive boar with tusks like razors and a temper as sharp as its claws. The Razorback Boar charged at its prey with reckless abandon, tearing through flesh and bone with savage fury. 4. The Shadow Panther, a sleek and silent hunter. The Shadow Panther prowled through the underbrush with deadly grace, its obsidian fur blending seamlessly with the darkness, as it stalked its unsuspecting victims. 5. The Bloodthirsty Bear, a massive grizzly bear with a hunger for flesh. The bloodthirsty bear roamed the forest in search of prey, its ferocious growls and thunderous roars striking terror into the hearts of all who heard them. 6. The Nightmarish Spider Queen, a monstrous spider the size of a horse. The Spider Queen spun webs of death and despair, ensnaring her victims in a sticky web, before draining them of their life force with a venomous bite. Humans Killers. 1. The Merciless Bandit, a ruthless bandit with a black heart and a thirst for gold. The Merciless Bandit preyed upon travelers and merchants with cold-blooded efficiency, leaving a trail of blood and tears in his wake. 2. The Vengeful Warrior, a skilled warrior consumed by thoughts of vengeance. The Vengeful Warrior sought retribution for past wrongs with a blade as sharp as his rage, cutting down all who stood in his path without mercy or remorse. 3. The Sadistic Torturer, a cruel and twisted soul who took pleasure in the suffering of others. The sadistic torturer delighted in inflicting pain and torment upon his victims, reveling in their screams of anguish as he took twisted took pleasure in their suffering. 4. The fanatical witch hunter, a zealous fanatic who believed all magic to be evil and unholy. The witch hunter pursued and hunted down any who practiced the arcane arts with a fervor bordering on madness, burning them at the stake in the name of righteousness. 5. The corrupt noble, a decadent and depraved nobleman who ruled over his lands with an iron fist. The corrupt noble exploited his subjects for his own gain, indulging in debauchery and cruelty while his people suffered and starved. 6. The soulless assassin, a shadowy figure cloaked in darkness. The soulless assassin moved through the night like a phantom, striking swiftly and silently at his targets with deadly precision before vanishing into the shadows once more. Demons. 1. The infernal fiend, a towering demon with horns of obsidian and eyes of fire. The infernal fiend exuded an aura of malevolence and dread, its very presence causing the air to sizzle with heat and the ground to crack and crumble beneath its feet. 2. The wretched succubus, a seductive demoness with a beauty that was both alluring and deadly. The wretched succubus lured mortals into her embrace with promises of passion and pleasure, only to drain their souls of their life force with a kiss that burned like hellfire. 3. The hellish incubus, a demon of dark desire and twisted craving. The hellish incubus preyed upon the vulnerable and the weak, whispering sweet lies and false promises to ensnare its victims in a web of deceit and treachery. 4. The abyssal shadow, a shadowy demon with a form as insubstantial as mist. The abyssal shadow moved through the darkness with silent grace, its tendrils reaching out to ensnare and entangle all who dared to cross its path. 5. The malevolent imp, a mischievous demon with a penchant for chaos and trickery. The malevolent imp delighted in causing strife and discord wherever it went, its laughter echoing through the night like the chime of a funeral bell. 6. The Dreadlord of Darkness, a demon of pure malevolence and unbridled power. The Dreadlord of Darkness ruled over the infernal realms with an iron fist, his dark wings stretching out to blot out the sun, as his demonic legions marched forth to spread suffering and despair in his wake.